Good morning, friends. Thank you all for coming. I appreciate the opportunity to share with you today. I'd like to start with a quote from Rumi, who said, "There is a place where words are born of silence, a place where the whispers of the heart arise." It's been years since I've spoken at Open Circle, and I wasn't sure I wanted to accept the invitation. So I did what I do when I'm feeling uncertain. In silence, I asked my soul if I should speak and what I should speak about. I waited, and the answer came through my intuition, telling me to share some of what I've learned about our amazing hearts. I hope my talk will affirm what some of you already know about your heart, perhaps intuitively. Much of what I'll share, I learned from the HeartMath Institute in an online class about resiliency. And some of us are now taking a class here at LCS with HeartMath trainers, David and Jeanette Haley, who are here, and I'll introduce them later because they have some good news for us. The HeartMath Institute's 25 years of scientific research under its founder, Dr. Doc Childre, has verified the heart-mind connection that some people intuitively know since ancient times. There's now plenty of evidence that our hearts can greatly improve our well-being, our relationships, and even the lives of others. Most of us, including physicians, have believed that all cognition comes from our brains. We depend on our brains functioning, so when our brains don't work so well and we can't remember things, we can feel frustrated and stressed. Our hearts can help remedy this condition. Our cranial brains are programmed to automatically tell us how to do things like how to drive. Our brains have been programmed by experiences and what we've learned from our parents, teachers, religions, friends, and bosses. The media tells us we should fear many things and desire more material things to be happy. So we have beliefs and habits of thinking, reacting, and behaving. Some habits and practices enhance our health and well-being and relationships, but some habits of thinking can be limiting and potentially harmful. Our brains can give us answers to some questions, but relying on our brains to give us the best solutions to all problems and challenging is limiting. The HeartMath Institute discovered that the human brain does far more than pump blood. It's a kind of second brain. HeartMath scientists have done a great variety of research. They have learned that our hearts send many more messages to our brains than our brains send to our hearts. They learned our hearts influence our perceptions, emotions, intuition, and health. HeartMath scientists found that the heart is an information processing center they call the heart brain. It communicates with and influences the cranial brain via the nervous system, hormonal system, and other pathways. These influences affect brain function and the body's major organs and plays an important role in mental and emotional experience and therefore the quality of our lives. With heart coherence, our hearts and other organs become synchronized. This can greatly improve our health physically, emotionally, and mentally. With the simple practice of heart-focused breathing, the heart calms the nervous system. When I felt some anxiety about giving this talk today, I did the practice, and my anxiety dissipated. HeartMath scientists discovered practical, easy ways to relieve stress and anxiety, to improve health and wellness, and enhance spirituality and improve our performance. We can do these things ourselves by activating the power and intelligence of our hearts. Just take a sip of water. Now, even before HeartMath's research, Dr. Herbert Benson of Harvard Medical School proved that meditation or deep relaxation can alleviate stress and other causes and symptoms of things like hypertension, arthritis, insomnia, depression, trauma, and even infertility and cancer. But persistent negative thinking about ourselves, or others, or situations, past or future, causes retention of negative emotions that deplete our energy and our resilience. Sure, we have negative thoughts and feelings that we need to recognize and deal with, but we don't need to dwell on them. When we relax and open our hearts, we can let go of negative thoughts and feelings and receive the positive energy of unconditional love that surrounds us and can empower us to be more resilient, more loving, and creative. I'm going to invite you all to do heart-focusing breathing to experience how good it is to feel some heart coherence. But first, I want to share another great benefit of opening our hearts. It is having easier access to the wisdom of our souls. Ah, yes. Each one of us is a unique soul that is free to make all kinds of choices. Many of us believe, as I do, that our souls are immortal. When our bodies die, our souls live on, free of our bodies. And by the way, our pets and other animals have immortal souls too. If you're skeptical about your immortality, I recommend the book Proof of Heaven, A Neurosurgeon's Journey into the Afterlife by Dr. Eben Alexander. It's about his own NDE, or near-death experience. And you can see him speaking about his experience by watching one of his YouTube videos. And I happen to have his book, Proof of Heaven, here, if anybody would like to read it. Our souls learn and evolve from what we experience in our current lives and from past lives. But we can't know the full benefit of the most challenging experiences and our disappointments until we open our heart consciousness and ask our souls to enlighten us. When our souls decided to reincarnate, they had reasons and intentions to have experiences, to learn things we didn't learn in the past lives. Our souls may choose to have a variety of experiences. Some are pleasant, and some are very challenging and unpleasant, but with valuable lessons we need. As you know, there are countless religious and spiritual teachers of different backgrounds with important lessons they want us to learn. After we hear what a teacher has to say, we may ask ourselves if we should follow their examples, and then trust what we discern to be in our best interest. My father, who was an ordained minister, taught me to question authorities, especially clergymen, and I do. When we open our hearts, we can access the intelligence of our souls. Our hearts are not only receivers and transmitters of love, they are also receivers of messages from higher consciousness that can provide insights to understand what we need to learn from our experiences and more. Our souls can inspire us to be creative and to do and say things we hadn't yet considered. With their higher perspective, our souls may see what we can't see ahead. Our souls can connect us to loving spirit guides who may inspire us and help us to make wiser choices day by day. Before I react to a situation or a person, I need to first be aware of how I'm feeling. If I feel offended, upset, or unsure, then before I speak, I need to pause, take a few breaths to open my heart to receive love, and ask for insights and guidance from my soul's higher perspective. Now, most of us know we have a conscience that we should listen to. Remember what Jiminy Cricket said in the movie Pinocchio? Always let your conscience be your guide. Remember that little cricket? When you're upset, confused, and uncertain, and about to respond to challenging people and situations, why not ask your soul for the best ways to respond? To receive our soul's wisdom, we need to turn off all our devices and quiet our thinking mind. We need to relax, open our hearts, and ask our soul what we need to know to resolve a problem and make choices that are in our best interest and the best interest of others we care about. We need to learn to trust our intuition that makes us aware of what our soul wants us to know. So there are different ways to do heart opening besides sitting still. I do heart opening as I walk in silence by the lake, with my eyes open, appreciating nature. You may lie comfortably on your back with your arms open, but it's important to be in the present moment and not to be thinking about the past or the future. Hold our intention to allow your heart to open and be a receiver. If you're not feeling sure you want to open your heart wide, might be because in the past your heart felt wounded or broken by someone. So you may not trust your heart to keep you from being vulnerable. But opening your heart to the source of unconditional love is not like opening your heart to another person. You may feel more secure and not more vulnerable. This unconditional love is the most positive energy available to us all. It empowers us to be healthier, more resilient, happier, and more peaceful. And it's available to all at no cost. It's free. We need love to feel well, resilient, connected, and happy. And we benefit from and appreciate the love and care we get from other people. But most of us don't get or give enough love, appreciation, and kindness. So negative thoughts and feelings can drain our positive energy. Is it good? It looks like we have one more question. I think we have time for one more question. I just will add that Jeanette has a PhD in psychology. She's been a practicing psychologist, and this has now taken her life to a new direction. Yes?
Oh, I want to say thank you for this entire program this morning. And I've already put the class on my calendar. And my question is like, what time on Friday? So that I can keep it clear.
10:30 to 12:30.
Thank you. Looking forward to it.
All right.
In case you didn't all hear that, it would be 10:30 to 12:30. Any other questions? Well, thank you.
All right.
That was excellent and
Thank you
wonderful.
all.
Thank you for coming.